Hey Gemini, how's it going? Thank you so much for checking out my channel here at reflexivemoon Tarot. We are doing new moon readings. The new moon is in Leo. So, what that means is we are challenged with less light from our lunar source, from our nighttime source of light. Challenged to maintain a certain composure centered in positive and negative attributes, in the positive and negative attributes of the sign Leo. So what that looks like is confidence, courage, and strength. So all the aspects of the strength card, which is ruled by Leo. Now we're challenged with this lack of light that might be making us a little bit more stubborn, domineering, and arrogant. So those types of things, which aren't usual characteristics that you hold, Gemini, but because this new moon is in the sign Leo, you may find yourself a little bit more cocky, or not feeling like you want to change your attitude about something. It can be small like that, or it can be large scale as well, like feeling like you just want to take over some shit and being really bossy. So either way, it's a temporary thing that we all go through every time there's a new lunar cycle. With these influences are always in flux. They're always moving. We're always moving through them, not stopping and, marinating on that shit. So don't worry about it. Now we're going to start off the reading by giving thanks for all that is, being grateful, having a little moment of gratitude, asking Creator for protection. And I have a little proton pack, so when in doubt, zap the bad spirits with your proton pack. And all the bad energies as well. All right, because we want this to be as positive and uplifting as possible, despite some very intense energies that we could be connecting with at this time. So what are we starting off with? We did start off with, this is like the general card that I pulled for today. It was the Black Cat card in the Oracle of Black Enchantment. And this card is all about having the strength to release yourself from a specific mindset that is centered in being dominated by old ways of thinking, even superstitions as well. So it's either about allowing superstitions to get the best of you, or breaking free from stupid stitions. Sometimes they should be called that. It's real. Because I had a black cat for much of my childhood, and I did not really, my problems didn't start when Blackie came into our lives, actually. There was deeply embedded things going on before that. Blackie just made life better for us in a lot of ways. I remember the day that we got him too. He was so cute. He was kind of an angry bastard though. That was real. This is definitely the essence of the cat that I had as one of the cats that I had as a child. He was feral at one point in his life, and probably should have stayed that way. This is scrapper. He had all these scars and shit. But he was awesome, and he was very loving. Interestingly. More cuddly than the loving cat that I have right now. I have a loving, very loving cat, but she craves violence. She's so cute and loving, but she's not interested in cuddling. All right. Ooh, we got the old devil, as opposed to the new devil, I guess. But there's lots that you can learn from an old devil. The old devil probably still has their wits about them. Has a good understanding, and even heightened understanding, despite, being a little bit busted and slowed down a little bit. Not too bad though. The old devil is kind of on the road to becoming a little bit irrelevant. They might be experiencing, or you might be experiencing, or dealing with someone who is much more forgetful than they used to be. You might be coming into some mental or physical decline. You could also be stuck on the past as well, stuck in old mindsets, old ways of thinking, old schools of thought. Like, definitely this guy is not keen on paradigm shifts, that's for sure. Usually it's like the death of the old devils that bring forth the new paradigms as well, unfortunately. So how are you going to pass this time? You might just ride it out. It's a good idea, though, to be a little bit more grateful and appreciating what you have in the moment. You might be having some resurfaced memories come through as well, given that it's the new moon happening. So letting those go as they pop up. That's really important. Processing them and then letting them go. Especially if they pop up in real life. Just let them go. You might have already let them go. Like, not even a memory in the distance. All right. Ooh, we got the sun. I love that. Every time the sun comes through, it's like, there's my little spark of joy. So that's basically all that is. It's a consistent connection to joy, to our source of vitamin D, to our source of light, literally. It is the most bright source of light. It's the one that we're closest to. In the night sky, there's plenty of sources of light. There's like billions of stars that we get to see, and they're all suns in some galaxy far, far away. So just connecting with the joy that the sun literally brings us when the light hits our eyes, and also with that youthful aspect of the self, staying young, having a young spirit, and consistently connecting with this young spirit despite feeling like you're becoming a little bit more and more of an old devil every day. Okay. Ooh, you got the Ace of Pentacles. So the first card, the strongest, Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Ace of Pentacles reversed is, whoops, not being grounded, first of all. It could be feeling like you're losing your energy to make money as well. So hopefully you have a good retirement plan set up for yourself, or some type of exit plan. And that could be what it is that you need to focus on right now, as an exit plan or some type of retirement. But this could be, it doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could also be health concerns. You might be coming to an end. Oh, that sounded terrible, didn't it? Jeez. Whoops. No, not really. But also, like, your health could be deteriorating on some level, and you really need to accept it and look to alternate solutions on how you are going to continue the days that you have, whether that be plenty or not so plenty. And I'm very privileged in this moment. I don't know, I'm, knock on wood that there's nothing going on with me, but if this is your health, like, you really sort of need to get grounded in what it actually is. And there's a lot of conflict that you're dealing with. Like, you might be butting heads with an individual about this as well. Interestingly, like, emotionally, you are at a, I don't want to say like an all-time low wanted to come through, but in this relationship, in a relationship, any relationship that you have with an individual, like, the bad outweighs the good. So how are you dealing with that? And is it impacting your health? in a way that it's just like really taking from you. Because that's not good. You got this like ornery little brat that you're dealing with who doesn't want to listen. And you don't sound great either. And it's like nobody wants really to listen to you the way that you sound. You know what I'm saying? And this is also like the energy of, I'm really critical of like the ways in which people speak of emasculating an individual. If there was nothing wrong with being a girl, then emasculating wouldn't be a problem, right? But also, emasculating is just, to me, it's about treating somebody as, it's like more patronizing than anything. It's patronizing to emasculate an individual. I'm sure on some level you could emasculate a feminine by patronizing them and making them feel like they are a weak individual, but in, the flavor of femininity, whatever that means to you. All right? The Queen of Wands, the flavor of this femininity is jealousy. The universe is telling you that you have issues with jealousy, and they might be valid. Like this dickhead here could literally be challenging your security or triggering your insecurities with shitty behavior. Like, I'm sure that there's some validity to your jealousy. At the same time, why are you subjecting yourself to that? Are you hooked on being jealous? And why are you, like, how can you strengthen in this new lunar phase that is triggering our weaknesses? How can you strengthen your sense of security so that you are not jealous? And within reason, so that you are significantly less jealous. Jealousy is absolutely normal to a certain degree. And this Queen of Wands also likes to kill shit out of spite. This is the truly spiteful bitch of the deck. The Queen of Wands, not the Queen of Wands, this is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Swords is probably next in line. She gets a little bit more psychological about it. This one is like, I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to make you look bad. I'm going to make you feel bad. Like all that kind of stuff. And like the Queen of Swords, for example, is going to do those things. A little bit less of those things and make you question your reality. Okay? So I don't know which one is worse, to be honest with you. It's like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, to be honest. So we've got the Two of Cups reversed. So I just said it. I called it emotional imbalance leads to insecurity, which leads to the jealousy. And subconsciously or within, you are emotionally insecure on some level. You struggle to regulate your emotions, and that's your responsibility. It doesn't matter how much of an asshole you're with. It's still your responsibility to deal with your emotions so that you can attract a better partner in the future and hopefully not force yourself to learn to live with a dickhead. Because that ain't cool. Pardon me. Whew. Sorry, I have a few cards that are flipped up here that don't need to be. All right. Okay, strength reversed. So, let's make this new moon a thing of the past. But in the past, you've had issues that are centered in arrogance, in dominance, and in, what was the third one? Arrogance, dominance, and control. So maybe your behavior was out of control, or you were just really trying to control people too much. And maybe you're just really full of yourself about certain things. You thought that you owned people, even. Like, just your attitude is that you are king. When in actuality, you're not. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. We all have that king energy. We all have an aspect of royalty within us. We're all deserving of dignity and human rights. That's real. So why do you think that you're more deserved? Why did you think that you were more deserving of that than others? Ooh, I feel like a sneeze coming on. Whew. I'm getting over a cold. I'm kind of actually in the middle of it. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords. Now, it's almost like this person that you're dealing with, the reason why you might be missing out on some money or feeling like your career is lacking the energy that is required of you, or that your health is being compromised, also will have something to do with you attaching those things to your reputation. Your dignity is being challenged on some level on account of an individual who is trash talking you, trying to rob you of your glory. And because maybe you appeared weak or insecure because of this jealousy issue, that could also be what's making you look bad. So I see how this is a tricky situation for you, Gemini. I see that on one hand, you got like, you okay? Okay. I see that on one hand, you have an individual who is treating you wrong. Like they are in the wrong. They're not kind. They're not taking into account your humanity, basically. And then on the other hand, your reaction is sort of like solidifying how you contribute to a toxic situation, which is killing your reputation on some level. Huh?
I'm gonna go to the store.
Okay.
I'm selling my bag, my cute bag for $300.
What?
You know my cute bag, the bear? I'm gonna sell it for $300.
Good
Someone's
luck.
buying it right now. Yeah.
Okay, that's lucky.
I can see the rose now.
All right, let me finish what I'm doing here. Okay, we have the 8 of coins. So you're gonna like your attitude is good. You're a hard worker. You have that going for you. You also even have worked hard on trying to stay healthy. You work hard. You stay out of the drama-ish. You try to focus on working, and sometimes that can like you can end up shooting yourself in the foot that way. Like if you're caught up in like this triangle of jealousy, or if you're not dealing with a toxic person in your life. And you know, I was mostly talking about this like it was a romantic situation, but it might not be romantic. It might also be like it might very well just be like work related, given the fact that it was the Ace of Pentacles. So restraint. People see that people view you as being under control or being in control of the situation. In control of your emotions, in control of the way that you communicate, how you take care of your body, even abstaining from consuming substances on some level, that could be a strength for you as well. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So you really do hope to manifest your health, your wealth, and doing it so in a way where you're nurturing others as you go along, and making sure that you are taking care of yourself so that you can be present to the needs of others. That's really, really important to the Queen. Now, this is a person that you may hope to attract, or you hope that, you know, if this Queen of Wands that you're dealing with, if this is not you, if this is somebody outside of you, you really want them to be able to manifest the ability to ground their fiery energy. They're out of whack fiery energy. And if this is you, this is what you want to manifest for yourself as well. Because you need a solid ground. Like the Queen of Wands needs to be grounded. And you get that energy from the Queen of Pentacles, 100%. And this is also about being better with money. Taking it more seriously, or just could even be getting more help. And then also, on top of that, recognizing the privilege that you carry as well. The privilege and fabulousness that encompasses you. Your ability to create, your ability to generate income. You might not have you might not have developed like the super generational wealth that comes with the 10, but you are almost there, basically. Oh, Lord. And then we have the High Priestess. So following your intuition to like just stepping into your intuition and going with the flow and following where your heart leads you, as well as like the sacred knowledge that you carry, what you've learned so far as you've come along. Traditional teachings comes to mind, whether that be like religious in nature, whatever creed you follow, or whatever mystical sacred knowledge that has been passed down from your aunties, for example. All right. So coming into that, stepping into that, and owning it for what it is, and honoring that that is an aspect of yourself that motivates how you move through your workspace, your home life, your personal life. It informs all of the things that you do. It's your identity. It's who you are. Okay? So, with that, Gemini, thank you so much for checking out this reading. I really appreciate all the love and support and the opportunity to read for you. And we will catch you next time. Take care and bye for now.